We are live, guys. Let me know. Let's go to the channel. YouTube. YouTube.com. Let's get some people in. What is going on, guys? Let me know how I sound. Let me know how it looks. I'm actually doing things through YouTube. I normally use a different app, but today I'm doing it live through YouTube because this app's playing up. So let me know how we sound. I'm just gonna click onto Facebook and go onto the Pizarro's Pieces page just to get some more people involved. Let us know how I'm sounding, guys. Like I said, I'm not using the usual app I use. I'm doing this directly through the YouTube app. I've never done it through the YouTube app. Normally I have my logo down here and everything, but obviously I've not got that. Right, 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna share. Where are we? Pizarro's Pieces. Sounds okay. Thank you very much, Lewis. Right, where are we? Create a post. YouTube live video. How many we got on? We only got 6 on at the minute. We are live, guys, for some toy talk. 1 minute, guys. Post a public, share now. We got 8. What's going on, everyone? I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing Pizarro's Pieces. So we've got about 7 or 8 people on it in a minute. Let us know how we're sounding, guys. Spring Soccer's Ed. Hall, Steve. Oh, hello, mate. How you doing? All good, all good. Like I said, guys, I'm using the YouTube app rather than I use another app called Sound Labs, I think it is. That's what I normally use, but I'm using YouTube. Let me just pull this back a little bit because the top of my head is cut off at the minute. Let's just move that back. Kenan, Douglas, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to share with you guys my. I didn't find too much of the boot sale today, but I thought I'd do a live. I did do some filming this morning, but it was pitch black till about 20 past 7, half 7. I turned the camera off. By the time I found anything, I'd had the camera off about 45 minutes, an hour. So I'm just going to share this live stream, guys, with a couple of groups on Facebook, including the Pizarro's Pieces page on Facebook. 1 second. There's another couple of pages. One's the toy division. I'm going to share it on there. I know some of them guys will probably get involved live now. Join for toy talk and boot sale finds. There we go. So let us know who's involved. I've got the YouTube page open there. Everyone's saying the sound is sounding good, which is great. I hope the picture and everything is good as well. So we've got about 10 people logged in at the minute. Just give me another second, guys. Cool. Right, I've shared it in a couple of groups. So Dark Lycan, good evening, sir. Kenan, Douglas. The lighting looks pretty good. I've got it open here on my laptop as well. Obviously, I use my phone, guys, because I haven't got a webcam or anything. So yeah, guys, first boot sale this morning of 2020. I shouldn't really be going to boot sales in January. It was -3 degrees this morning. I met up with someone I know there, Scott, a collector, and we were walking around in the cold. It wasn't nice, guys. It was horrible. It was horrible. We I managed. I found a few bits, but like I said, I'd been filming from pretty much, what time did I get there? I got there at about 6:30, but it was pitch black, and all there was people running around with their phones and head torches and all that. So I turned the camera off at about 7:30, 7:45, by which time I hadn't found anything at that point. But towards the end, when we were leaving, I found there was a seller. I actually see a trash bag bunch figures. Now I'm going to go more into the trash bag bunch in a little while, guys, because it's a line that I've recently started collecting. I see a trash bag bunch figure on top of this crate, and I recognised it straight away. And I said to Scott, I said, "Oh, like I knew what it was. Let's dig in." And between me and Scott, we picked up quite a lot of bits. Now let me just move these bits here. I'm going to go into details with some of the bits I've picked up recently, but I want to go through the boot sale stuff. So, bar one item. Let me just get my bag up here quickly. There's my camera. I'll put that on the floor. I'll put that over there. Bar one item that I got off of a seller beforehand. All of this came from one person. Where is it? Where's the one thing that I found? Can't find it in here now. Let me just. Oh, there it is. So I picked this Ultraman up. That was £1.50. That's the only thing today that I picked up that's going into my own collection. Now I've already pre-arranged some of this with people. I've had a couple of messages from people who want to do some trades, and a couple of people that want to buy this. It's not a great little lot. Look, it's nice though. It's nice to just find anything 80s, 90s related still at the boot sales. Scott picked up a Street Shark, an Extreme Dinosaur, some Asterix PVC figures, and I picked all this lot up. Like I said, this was all off the same person. Let me just right. Let me go through the little bits and pieces first. Like I said, there's not anything super magnificent here, but you know, people are into all this sort of stuff. So there were some monsters in my pocket. The little space ones. There's like 3 or 4 here in this lot. I just put them in the pile. Now that was the trash bag bunch figure that I see. Now I already have him, so he's just going to be going into the pile with the other stuff. We've got a 1990 Comic Spain Punisher figure, little PVC. There's another monster in my pocket there. There's this guy, I don't know who this is. It's got 1988 TOEI company. Now I looked online, I think it's some sort of Japanese animation company, but he looks like a knockoff Megazord from Power Rangers. I'm not entirely sure. We've got, while we're on the subject of minifigures, let's stick to these. I think these are Bullyland. Yeah, they are. We've got Peter Pan, Disney. So these are like 80s, and Robin Hood from Disney. We've got this guy, Hawkman from 1991. He's quite big. I think he's Yolanda, I believe. What's going on, Matt? How you doing, mate? We have got, there's a Power Ranger here, Black Ranger. So I'm just trying to make space on the table. Let me throw this back in here because I'm going to get confused with what's what. We've got a Zorro from 2000. That's 20 years old now. 20 years old. And this is from that company. Is it Papo or Papa? 2000. 20 years old. That's crazy. We have got, what else have we got here? I'm going to go through bit by bit. There was a couple of Johnny, there's a Space Precinct figure. There was a couple of Johnny Quest figures. There is a bag of Micro Machines Star Wars bits. So there's loads of figures in it. Loads of figures. This was all from the same person. So it's all from the same person. This is Z-Bots, I believe. It's made by Galoob 92, is it? Yeah, 1992. And we also got, which I've already agreed a trade with someone. I've got these vintage 80s, maybe 90s, like wind up toys. We've got Frankenstein and like some monster's head there. We've got the Grim Reaper, a mummy, Dracula, some sort of, I don't know what that is, some sort of ghoul with a suit on and an eyeball. And they're all wind up toys. I've already agreed, like I said, I've already agreed a trade with someone for that lot. And then there is a 1994, I think this is, 1994 G.I. Joe. I think this is from like the Savage line, I think that's from the Savage line. Don't remind me, 2000 was 20 years ago. I know. 2000, yeah, that was the year I started working. So the pick of the bunch, guys, today out of this little boot sale minifigure job lot of bits and pieces was these G.I. Joe figures. There's how many have I got here? 6 in total. I've sent photos to people. I've got some people interested in some. I've managed to identify a couple of like more common ones like these. These are early 90s ones. The boxes on these two don't work. I'm not too great with G.I. Joe, but that's Cobra. Is it Cobra Commander? I'm not entirely sure. Snake Eyes. This one's 1989. And Matt, who's watching now, has already asked if he can have that, so I'm going to sort that out with him. This guy, I can't remember. Someone mentioned his name on Facebook. What year is this one? This is 1992. I believe this one's a little bit more uncommon, so not as common as the rest of these. I can't remember his name. I think that I'm hoping the lighting's okay, guys. Let me know. The phone is hard to tell. I've got another one here. What year is this one from? There was Leonard figures as well in that job lot. I don't even know if this is actually G.I. Joe. There was some Leonard figures, but obviously I left them as I know Leonard's not. I can't see, the light's not too good in here. And there's another one. So look, guys, didn't pay much for this at all. Total spend of the day was £7.50. Let me just put these on the floor. There's some bits there. I've already had inquiries for the micro machines, the G.I. Joes. The wind-ups are already gone. Someone's just messaged me about the Johnny Quest figures and the Z-Bot, a guy called Samuel. So, yeah, overall, guys, was it worth getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and sitting in -3 degrees cold? Yeah, probably not. Truthful, I'm being truthful. But there's not really too much else going on a Sunday morning, that time of the morning, so why not? I was pleased to go and get something. Now Scott, who I was with, managed to pick up a load of, I think it was half a dozen DS games, which I just missed out on. Him and another guy picked up, there was Zeldas, there was Mario's, and they were only a couple of quid each. Now I know some of them figures in trade in CEX go for anything from 10 sort of up to 18, 20 quid. So I didn't get hold of them, but hey ho, not a terrible morning. It's terrible when you go out and you don't find anything, guys. That's when it's terrible. Ed's Retro Geek Hat. How you doing, buddy? Hope you are well. Black mask one with the green top, red trousers is Darklon. Okay. Yes, that's what someone said to me. You have to grind the bad booters to appreciate the good ones. I was at one at 4 a.m. this morning. Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine how cold it was at 4 a.m. Right, guys, I'm just going to show you a couple of little bits I picked up in the last couple of weeks. I've been relatively quiet in 2020. Last video I've done was at the NEC when I went to Birmingham, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good day. Not really been doing too much now. I did a massive pickup a couple of weeks ago. Some of you who follow me on Facebook and Instagram would have seen a large amount of Toy Biz Marvel figures, Kenner Aliens, Kenner Batman. There must be 80, 90 carded figures, plus tons of other stuff. I've been getting numerous messages about it. I just haven't had time to really go through it. I still work Monday to Friday, guys, although this is my little thing on the side. I still have a day job. When I come home, sometimes I just want to chill. I don't want to, especially when it's -2, -3 out there, I don't want to be in a garage going through figures and that. So I'm kind of holding out. My next show is at the NEC on February Sunday the 9th, and all them bits will be coming with me. There are a few people that have messaged me about the aliens figures, and I will get back to people. I'm not just going to go splurting all the toys to the show. I will get back to people eventually. I just haven't been in the garage. So if anyone's watching this who have been messaging me, apologies. Now, recent pickups, I picked this up a couple of weeks ago. This is the Retro Fest GameStop exclusive. I wanted to say just game then. Sorry, he's falling apart here. This is the Honky Tonk Man. So I didn't have a version of the Honky Tonk Man, excuse me. His guitar falls apart so that you can smash it over someone's head, basically. So there he is in all his glory, Mr. Elvis Presley, aka the Honky Tonk Man. For those that know, for those that are in the know about WWF, an elite I didn't have, guys. Literally, I'm down to maybe 5 or 6 elites that I want. I haven't got Jake the Snake. I haven't got a Stone Cold Steve Austin. So the elites will be complete this year. Now, while we're on the subject of wrestling, I want to say a big thank you to Ken. I think Ken's watching. He was a little while ago. He sent me a link through for Facebook, through the Facebook Marketplace. Now, this figure that I'm about to show you, or one of these figures, shall I say, that I'm about to show you, is rare. It's not a common figure. This WWF figure is a rare figure. Now, if this was mint, this figure, it'd be worth anything from sort of 100 up to £150. You look on sold eBay. You can't get these in the UK. They're not something that you see at toy shows. I've never seen this guy at a toy show in the UK. In fact, you very rarely see LJN WWF figures at toy shows in the UK anyway, let alone this guy. I don't know whether he was an American release only. I know he was one of the last ones. Anyone who watched the Toy Hunter on TV a good few years back would have seen it, that he picked this guy up, carded, got it signed, and sold it on to one of the Black Eyed Peas for quite big money. But I picked these two up for a tenner, so they were £5 each. This guy, who I haven't cleaned yet, I think his name's Special Delivery Jones, if I remember rightly. I don't really remember him in wrestling, to be honest with you. I wasn't into wrestling then. That was probably mid-80s, 85, 86. I was a bit too young. But obviously, everyone knows this guy, Hulk Hogan. Now, ultimately, like I said, I only paid £5 for this guy. If he was mint, he'd be worth anything from £100 upwards. As he is, he's probably worth maybe half that. But I've decided that I want to keep him, and I am going to get him refurbed, if that's the word you want to use. I'm going to get him repainted. I've put the word out. I spoke to a few people, and there's a guy in one of the Masters of the Universe He-Man groups that I know on my Facebook, Matt Walford, who hand paints a lot of, to a very high standard, He-Man figures. And he showed me some pictures of some LJNs that he'd done recently. And I was really pleased. Now, the only issue as well with this Hogan is his nose has gone a bit dodgy. You might not be able to pick it up. But I don't know, to be honest with you guys, I don't know what this is doing here in the UK. Because like I said, it's not a figure that was common or anything. I'm going to get all this repainted. Now, as you can see on the white shirt, on the back, knees, boots. I'm going to restore it. I say me, sorry, I'm getting him restored. But Matt is going to restore him to his original glory. Some people might not agree with that. Some people will be like, oh no, you got to leave it, and toys should be left, 80s and 90s toys should be left as they are. But ultimately, guys, this is a really rare figure. This is not a common figure. This is not your average WWF figure that you see in the £3 bins at toy shows, or £3 2 for £5. This is a really, really rare figure. Anyone who knows about wrestling knows this. This is not a cheap figure. I've seen some sell in Canada for 60, 70 quid, but not great condition. And I've seen others sell on eBay for anything from 120 up to 150, 160. He originally came with a belt as well, so that would put value on it. If you had the belt, would probably maybe put another £15, £20 on it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the end product, what Matt does. So I'm going to get this sent off this week in a parcel to Matt, and hopefully within maybe 2 to 3 weeks, it depends how busy Matt is, he will get that done for me. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Now, guys, I was speaking to you earlier about the Trash Bag Bunch. Now, for anyone who don't know about the Trash Bag Bunch, they were a mini toy line that was released in 92. I think it might be 92, 93, or 91. Between 91 and 93. There was a Series 2, but Series 2 is extremely rare, and I have no interest in to even try and contemplate collecting Series 2. So I decided to collect Series 1. It gave me a little short-term focus, a very short-term focus. Once again, Ken had sorted me out with about, I think it was maybe 10 or 12 figures to start with that I picked up at the NEC. I already had maybe 3 or 4 that I picked up in lots previously, and I thought, let's go for the complete 36. There's 36, I believe. I think there's 18. I can't think what their names are. There's 18 and 18, so there's 18 like humanish characters and robots, and then there's 18 like monsters and ghouls and stuff like that. There's 36 in total. So now, up until this point, I've acquired 35. So I have one Trash Bag Bunch figure left to get, called Sterilizer, he is. So anyway, it didn't last very long trying to collect these. Jamie, how you doing, mate? All good, Mr. Jamie J in the building. So what happened was I put the word out there that I was collecting Trash Bag Bunch figures, and that these are the ones I was looking for. So there's a group on Facebook called UK Mini Figure Collectors. It's a small group. There's only about 150 members maybe, and I put it out on that group, and I was lucky enough to get a lot of help. A lot of guys on that group helped me. Now, very kindly, there was 2 guys. I bought some Trash Bag Bunch figures, but there was 2 guys who sorted me out. One is Jay Richardson, and there was a box here, a package that I got off him. Another guy is Dave Olson. I was going to say his surname is Dave Olson. And these guys sent these for free, and basically just said, look, if you get anything that comes up that I need or that I want, I'll let you know, and effectively we will do a trade. So I was over the moon with that. Now, Dave had originally sent me these 4 characters. I don't know all their names, to be honest with you. And like I said, there's 36 of them. I'm literally down to 1, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Although I don't have all 35 currently in my possession. And then he picked up this one, which is Slobber. Now, I remember having this as a kid. There's actually a picture on my Instagram of a Polaroid from back in the early 90s, and this guy's on top of my TV. There's a Power Rangers helmet and a Boglin and other stuff. So I remember this guy vividly from when I was a kid. I had that 100% and proofs in the photo. Now I've got these 3 off a guy. I'm going to say his name, Andy. I think his name was Andy. And I bought these, and actually Andy's got another one coming to me. So this is a capped collector. That one's called Wild Eye. I don't know this guy's name. Like I said, I don't know all their names, guys. They're just a cool, fun little line. The only problem is that cool, fun little line has literally took me not even a month. It's literally took me a few weeks to collect. So it's as interesting and as fun as sometimes toy hunting is. Sometimes it's relatively easy. You guys will remember my the thing with the Battle Beast last year, where it took me about not even half a year to complete my Battle Beast collection, albeit, you know, there are a chunk of these that haven't got weapons, but they've all got their rubs. I've got every single Battle Beast there. Every single Series 1 has got its weapons, and most of Series 2 have got their weapons. Series 3 are a hell of a lot harder. How you doing, Paul? At the Toy Scavenger. And the Shaloys. Hi, guys. All good. You guys are quite quiet tonight. There's 25 people online, and you've normally got a lot to talk about. Maybe it's because I'm talking a lot. So yeah, Jay Richardson, I want to say a massive thank you. He had a couple here that I needed. That's one of the ones that people associate with Trash Bag Bunch. I think his name's Muck Toyd or something. I can't remember. And there's one of the, I say human characters. I think they're called the Exterminators or something. So, like I said, cool little line. But amongst this lot, he like was a little care. I say a care package. That's how you want to call it. We've got a 1991 Gizmo keyring. There's loads of keyrings there. I've got these. I've got a couple of these somewhere. I have to try and find them. We've got a Monster Munch keyring, which looks like it used to make some sort of sound, but it doesn't anymore. Obviously, the battery's died. We have got the sticks of keyrings. We've got a Donatello keyring, vintage, early 90s Donatello keyring. We've got another Turtles keyring. This is definitely old, you can tell. It's going to be early 90s. Raphael. Like I said, guys, this was all sent to me free, so I really appreciate this. Some of you guys will remember these too. Zig and Zag. Used to be on TV. The Pink Panther, I remember these. These used to be, I don't even know if this is a legit Pink Panther, but you used to get these in like the machines. Got another keyring, another Turtles one. This is Leonardo from 1990. Says Turtle Action on it. This is a really good one. This is really big though for a keyring. 1989 BBC Enterprises. It's in mint condition. There's barely a mark on it. Ed the Duck, for guys that remember. And then we've got a few pin badges, which is cool because I put pin badges. I've got a jean jacket and I put pin badges on my jean jacket. Turtle Action again, so we already had the keyring version of that. We've got Raphael, it looks like a vintage. This is from 91, I think, 1990 from the movie. And last but not least, we have got, well, it's Michelangelo's colours, but it's Donatello's stick, and it says Cowabunga. As you can see, he's got the orange mask on, but he's got the stick. So, very, very cool package. Thank you very much, Jay, for all that. Let me just put all this back in here. Oh no, these need to go on display. The trash bag which are going on display, so I'll put them back in. There we go. So yeah, guys, in regards to like sort of recent pickups, relatively quiet, very, very quiet really by my standards. But we're not even 3 weeks in really to January. Really pleased so far with what I'm buying. People have been asking me, what are you going for this year? What are you collecting? Will's Toy Clearance. How you doing, Will? Hey guys, all good, all good. Guys, just let me know how it's sounding as well. Like I said, I'm doing this through the YouTube app. I've never done it through the YouTube app. This is the first time, so hopefully it's all clear. Looking at the screen on here, it looks okay. The lighting looks okay as well. Just hope the sound and everything is all good as well. So yeah, guys, people have been asking me, what are you collecting this year? What your focus is? What are you looking for? Are you going to America? Again, are you doing this? Are you doing that? A lot of questions. From the many, not so much subscribers, but many people that follow me on the Instagram and Facebook pages. You know what, guys? The answer is, I don't know. I have no idea, really, at this present moment in time, what I'm doing with regards to where I'm going with my collection, what I'm looking for. One thing I do know is that pretty much since 2018, probably maybe 2017, end of, that it's been gradually coming down in regards to what I want. There are a lot of collectors out there who collect a lot of lines and are completists and are looking to complete every single line that they've got. I'm not like that. There are things I'm looking for, but I've been looking for them for a few years now, and is this the year to find it? I don't know. Animated Spider-Man toy line. I've been looking for Shocker and Prowler, two of the villains, for a long, long time now. They never pop up on eBay. Very rarely do they pop up on eBay in the UK. And when they do, I tend to miss them. And when they pop up in America, they want stupid money. It ends up working at £50 for a carded Spider-Man figure. I'm not in that much of a rush to get it, guys. So I just buy my time and think, you know what, it's going to pop up sooner or later. WWE Elites. Who am I looking for? Jake the Snake Roberts. Again, one that's been Walmart exclusive, Target exclusive. They got 3 versions of him, but none that were really ever released in the UK. That becomes a problem for me because I live in the UK. We got no Walmarts, we got no Targets, we got no Poxy exclusives. So again, I end up in a situation where I have to start seeking out America seeking out my connections, like my friend Enrique in Chicago, to keep an eye out. But that boat has sailed with Jake the Snake. Unfortunately, a figure that was available in Walmart, I think maybe 2 years ago, people are asking 60, 70 quid now for that figure. Do I really want to pay that? Do I really want to pay that for a WWE Elite? I don't think so. Like the average for WWE Elites is between £20 and £30. It starts getting, when it goes beyond that point and starts nearing on ridiculous. I don't really want to. I held out for Legion of Doom. They're quite rare now. My friend Chris Big C told me the other day that Legion of Doom are sort of going for over 100 quid now for the pair. I paid 70 brand new for the pair, unopened, unboxed. We've got some messages here. The Shaloys. For me, I'm collecting Ghostbusters and Hot Wheels. Think of starting the Small Soldiers and Mighty Ducks cartoons from the 90s. So the 90s toys are starting to creep up in price now as well, guys. Toy Scavenger. Not got those figures, but got some Spider-Man animated on eBay. Take a look, and I'll sort you out. Yeah, no worries, mate. I will do. Hate the country exclusive things companies are doing. UK gets no. We don't. We very rarely get any sort of exclusives here. And when we do, like you say, we end up in a situation where all the guys in America want them. But yeah, it's a pain because a lot of the WWE. Anyone who's watching, who collects WWE Elites will know that WWE Elites, a lot of them are becoming Walmart, Target and Walgreens exclusives, all them American companies, and it becomes hard for us. Or Ringside Collectibles, which is another American company. So a little bit of a nightmare on that front. Some of the stuff I want is becoming a little, not unattainable, but very expensive. And like I said, I'm not in no rush. If you bide your time as a collector and don't go rushing in, you'll get things for the right price, like for the price that you want to pay for it. Just you've got to be a little bit patient, and things do pop up now and again. Will's Toy Clearance. I'm saving up for the Indiana Jones 5 line, hoping it's better than the Crystal Skull line. Colin, how you doing, buddy? Keep an eye out. Can you keep an eye out for Turtles? I will do. Toy Scavenger, you would thought they do the NXT UK figures, good stuff, so that would be good. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like, the UK market is huge for collecting. It's becoming a struggle to just find normal, half decent bits and pieces to collect in the UK. I'm not talking about boot sales now. I'm just talking about toy shows. Now, I'm sure quite a few people will agree with me that the toy shows, the likes of Sandown Park, and some of the others that were 2 or 3 years, no, I'll probably say 4 or 5 years ago, were dominated by cars and trains. Now, a couple of years ago, started to be even in out with action figure stalls. It seems to have started sliding again, sliding away to like cars and trains, which I find unusual because, and this is not me being horrible or anything, but that generation, I know people like my age, some people do collect cars and trains, but it's predominantly the older generation, I think, are dying out. That generation is dying out. So you would have thought that, you know, collectors of Masters of the Universe, collectors of G.I. Joe, of Star Wars, of Action Force and Mask and Transformers, that would fully take over, but it seems to have just slipped off a little bit. Oh, Ryan, how you doing, buddy? I know we spoke earlier on Sandown, but how far would you drive for that now? If you weren't at the Spring Comic Con? I know you're talking about it, perfect. What do you mean? Sandown's not too far from me, if that's what you're talking about. Sandown's only 45 minutes from where I live. Oh, you're talking about in general, how far would I drive as a collector? Listen, if people have got stuff I want, I'd go to Scotland for it, to be honest with you. If we lose any more toy outlets like Toys R Us, there's going to be very few places to get new stuff from years down the line. Where will these toys be to pick up? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, Will. I don't know. Then again, though, I was looking, I think, for how long more do us collectors end up collecting for? Does it end up being? Do we end up being collectors for our whole lives? I know people that have been doing it for 10, 15 years, and then they give up. They give up. They have enough, and then they sell their collections. I'm not going to be doing that. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's interesting time, guys. Interesting for us collectors. Um, I'm still really enjoying collecting. It's just the the buzz, and it's hard. It's hard to find stuff, and I don't enjoy going on eBay. I don't enjoy easily finding stuff. Don't get me wrong. If something's rare and you ain't gonna see it at a toy show, then yeah, you got to go through your eBays and stuff like that. But I'll prefer going to toy shows. I prefer finding stuff at toy shows and boot sales and stuff like that. Who knows? Who knows what this year will bring? We're only 3 weeks in. I've bought very little this year so far for myself. Um, there's space up here. There's plenty of space on the shelves. There's plenty of space for Gremlins. I know NECA are bringing out more Gremlins. Apparently, I've seen they're redoing the Flasher Gremlin, which is frustrating because I thought they would have done some of the Gremlins they haven't done, like the Vegetable Gremlin or Greta, the female Gremlin. But NECA have decided to just remold. Find it quite lazy, to be honest with you, when the demand's there for others as collectors. But I've got a complete NECA Gremlin collection. Why don't you just bring out something different that we ain't seen yet? Why don't you bring out a version of Billy, like the human characters? Like, why not? You've done everyone else. You've done everyone out of all the horrors. Freddy. NECA have done about 1 million Predators and Aliens. They've done about 20 versions of Freddy and Jason. Why don't you just bring out other characters? I don't understand it. Ryan Toy Stuff. In terms of other buyers and sellers, who do you recommend the most? There's loads of good sellers at the shows. I know a lot of them. Some of them are probably watching this evening. You know, you've got a few of my mates, the likes of Ken, Robbo's Toys, Ken Back to the Toys, other Rob, Tats and Toys, Empire Toys, Aaron, Andy's Toys and Models, Dan as well, who sets up with them. There's quite a lot of guys in the bracket of sort of late 20s to late 30s who have got a lot of good stuff, a lot of good stalls at the shows now. Time Tunnels UK, how you doing, buddy? He's another one who sets up at some of the shows. Predominantly more 70s toys. Joe sells generally more than 80s. I see him doing like a lot of Action Man, that sort of stuff, and then you see some nice 18 bits and that as well. I think the nostalgia feel will always be there for collecting, but with 3D printing becoming more accessible, values of our stuff will keep going up. Yeah, indeed. Matt, I think it's getting harder because there are more buyers, meaning less vintage stock to go around. Yeah, 100%. That's just the nature of the business, I think, to be honest with you guys. I've said this story to many people before. Pizarro's Pieces as a business is 5 years old this year, 2020. I started doing this in 2015, but I was collecting long before that. But even then, 5 years ago, and 5 years ago ain't that long ago, the stuff I was getting was just unbelievable. The stuff I was getting phone calls on a weekly basis to clear people's lofts and that. I don't get that no more. Can't remember the last time I went into someone's loft, to be honest with you. You do get the odd person calling you, wants to sell their collection or wants to sell a job lot. Unfortunately, 75% of them people will turn around and they'll say to you, for example, I've got this Ultraman figure in my hand, but they'll say to you, oh, I've got X amount of Ultraman, and I'll be like, how much do you want? Now, bearing in mind that this Ultraman figure in my hand is probably only worth maybe £8 to £10. They'll be like, yeah, I'm looking for 15 a figure. And it's like, well, that's beyond collector's price. And I've always been a reasonable seller, always. I've never gone out to rip people off or anything like that. I've always been truthful with people. I've always said to people, look, if you put it on eBay, you will get, you know, £400 for it, but it's a lot of work, it's a lot of posting, then you got to do the fees and everything. And I'll always give them a reasonable sum. I don't turn around and go, I'll give you 50 quid for the lot. It doesn't work like that. That's not my ethic. That's not the way I work. But unfortunately, yeah, a lot of people more cottoning on that. They just put eBay, they'll just put in Ultraman, and the first thing that comes up, because it's a buy it now for £20, they think it's worth £20. But the toy business don't work like that. All us toy collectors know this. We know that it does. The eBay, although it's a good tool to use, it can sometimes be a shit and unuseful tool, especially like with charity shops. I've seen loads of charity shops putting stuff out for more than eBay. I was in a charity shop in Bromley, where I live recently, and there was a what's it called? Pacific Rim. There was a Pacific Rim graphic novel, and they wanted, I think it was £19 they had on it. It was in a cabinet, so it was like, oh, it's in a cabinet, it's worth loads of money. I looked on eBay straight away. The first one that come up was £9.99. Buy it now. And I was thinking, where are they getting a price from? Then I went in a week later, and it had gone down to £14.99. And then I went in yesterday to that charity shop, and now it's £9.50. Even that's expensive. £9.50. No disrespect or anything, but £9.50 for a thin graphic novel in a charity shop is expensive. And people don't want to pay that. Don't matter whether you're buying to resell or you're buying as a collector. If you're a collector of Pacific Rim, I am. I don't collect the graphic novels. I don't want to pay £10 in a charity shop when I can pay £10 and have it delivered to my door. Doesn't make sense. People go into charity shops to get good bargains, just like you go to the boot sale to get good bargains. I don't know. There was a games dealer at the boot sale today. And he had, I see a couple of games guys who are always at the boot sales. They'd bought a couple of Mega Drive games off him. I didn't see which ones they bought, but he had about a dozen Mega Drive games, and they were all £10 each, all of them. Bearing in mind that a couple of them were Genesis, so they wouldn't work on a Mega Drive anyway. A couple of them were like basic games like Sonic, and I didn't understand the logic in it. Then Scott, who I was with, asked him a price for the boxed N64 games that he had. He had FIFA, like whatever FIFA it was, obviously a 90s one. He had WWF game, I think it was Raw, WWF Raw Attitude, and then Zelda. And he wanted £20 each for them. Now anyone who collects games or knows anything about games knows that you can't. How can you charge the same price for Zelda as you would for FIFA? Come on, like I just don't. I don't understand it. He had a boxed N64. He wanted 80 quid for, and I'm almost certain. Well, I know 100%. I see a boxed N64 at the NEC just after Christmas, and the guy wanted 60 for it. He probably would have took 50 on it. So I don't know, guys. And then what happens is the problem you get is that these people, especially these people that sell at boot sales, they're at the boot sale every single week, and then these things get ruined in the weather, the cold weather. If it's wet, if it's damp. These things just get ruined because they're coming out week in, week out, and it ruins a potentially what a collector would pay a reasonable price for. There's not many unsearched lofts anymore. No, you're not wrong there. Charity shops are insane. Had some Doctor Who figures from 2006 up at £120. That's, yeah. The thing is, charity shops are terrible, but even boot sales are getting pretty bad, guys. Pretty bad. So, guys, I want to stay for another 10 minutes. Guys, if any of you have got any questions, feel free to throw them at me. Just thought I'd share with you what was going on. Like I said, next show I'm at is Birmingham NEC, which is back on Sunday, February the 9th. I'm also going to be at London Film and Comic Con, the spring one, which is Friday the 28th, Saturday the 29th, and Sunday the 1st, I'm going to say, of March, with Ken of Back to the Toys, whatever he calls himself now. Yeah, we're doing that. We've got a stall. Well, Ken's got a stall. I'm helping Ken out, and Ken said I can bring a few pieces to sell. So that should be good fun. And I don't know what the spring one's like. I can't really think. It's not as busy as the summer one. I know that much. Aaron, how you doing, mate? Empire Toys 1138. All good in the hood. Toy Scavenger, that's always a good Comic Con. I hope so, like selling wise. Well, for Ken anyway. Time Tunnel Toys UK, Joe. Question: ever regret passing up something at a boot sale? No, don't. I don't really recall ever regretting. I do remember a couple of times where I maybe should have been a bit quicker and I wasn't switched on enough. It was probably too early, but I remember a couple of seasons ago, it was probably 3 seasons ago now, when a guy picked up a box. It wasn't the original Megatron, it was another one. The funny thing was though is that the guy wanted a £5 for it, and the guy said, "Will you take £4?" I was like, "Oh my god, I'll give you a tenner for it now." I knew it was worth £100, but I've never regretted walking past anything. I think with boot sales, you have to make a decision there and then. Empire Toys, you're at London Film and Comic Con as well, yeah? Good stuff, mate. I'll be there. I'll be there with Kenan. Yeah, I think at boot sales, you have to make a decision there and then. You can't think about it. There's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I can't justify spending £1 or £2 on this." At the end of the day, if you see something and you want it, and this, if you know it's worth £20-30 and the person's asking for £5, just pull the trigger on it. Just buy it. I've never regretted walking past anything. I've been annoyed because I haven't been quick enough, but I've never regretted anything. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be upstairs for about another 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go. These live videos, they're a lot easier to do effectively for me because there isn't no editing to do. It's good to interact as well live with you guys. I mean, we've got 31 now, or 30 people on. And it's good to just show you guys what's going on. If anyone's got any questions about anything, or anyone wants to talk toys or talk collecting. I think the last live I've done, you guys were very interactive. You've been quite quiet today. Maybe it's cold and everyone's all snuggled up in bed and just wants to watch what I'm saying. Yeah, Empire Toys has got a store as well. That's a good Comic Con to get to. Some good images through Instagram, lots of cosplay, lots of people, good stuff. Creative Bamfire, Enrique, how you doing, mate? Yeah, it's cold. I see it was like -14 in Chicago or something. Yeah, interesting stuff. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. YouTube, you know what? I'm gonna do. It's been a long time, but I'm gonna do some giveaways this year for sure. With Pizarro's Pieces celebrating 5 years since the logo was created, and since I went all in 5 years ago. Bloody hell, I don't know where that's gone. Yeah, 2015 it was. It was May. I think it was May 2015 when I first went onto Instagram. I didn't get onto Facebook till a couple of years later. I didn't have a Facebook page till a couple of years later. And obviously the YouTube channel just turned 3 years old in December, just before New Year's. Take it easy, Paul, mate. I'll see you soon. Time Tunnel Toys UK. That's a lot of T's. Tongue twisting there. I really struggle a second. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Some of the big Comic Cons like London and that, they are a risk because they're expensive. They are expensive. So when I mean expensive to set up. Yeah, right. Don't worry, mate. I did mention that at the beginning of the video. I will be going through all the stuff soon. I haven't even gone through it yet. I haven't even looked at the aliens yet. Literally, since you messaged me, I said I've just been too busy. It's all been in a lockup. But I will get the pictures across to you. Someone else has asked me for pictures of Batman as well. And I'll give priority to you guys before anything comes to the NEC with me, because obviously we'd already had that discussion. So don't worry. It might take a week or two. I don't want to go in there at the minute. It's too cold. It's too cold to be out and about and in lockups going through stuff, to be honest with you. Yeah, the Comic Cons are really can be really expensive, especially the London ones, and sometimes it ain't worth it if you can't like turn that into a productive weekend and make a lot of money from it. I've been doing this a long time, and I've never really been bothered to do a London Comic Con, to be honest with you. So this will be an interesting helping Ken out and see how it goes, and maybe next time I'll do it. I'll have maybe say to Ken, get a double stall and do it myself. But at this present moment in time, I like doing the small cons. You get that individual one-on-one with people. You can talk. It's not too chaotic. Some of the toy shows are chaotic, can be like NEC, but I prefer the smaller ones. They're easier to manage. You can get in, you can get out. The London ones, you've got to do all the parking, and I think for what they charge, from what I heard, what they charge for parking, you could get a stall at Birmingham for that. From what I've been told, anyway. I know Kenton's obviously researching it. Empire Santa Time Tunnel to try small. Yeah, 100%. The small Comic Cons are fine. The table charges are reasonable. They're not charging stupid money, and you sometimes only get 10, 15, 20 stalls, and the customer base is a lot better. Then I think with the big shows, you got tons of competition. You got to hope you have good stuff. I know people that have done London Comic Con and made losses, so you have to be sure to like make sure you got the right stuff, the pricing's right on it, and everything, because otherwise you're going to be in for a long weekend, and it's not nice, guys. It ain't nice. I mean, touch wood for me. Like I said, I've been doing this 5 years. I've never made a loss at a show. I've had bad shows where it's not been particularly great, but I've never lost money at a show. I'd be devastated if I'd done London Comic Con and it went pear shaped, and I ended up losing a couple of £100 because of it. I'd probably end up quitting and retiring, to be honest with you. So guys, I'm gonna wind this up, because I'm gonna go downstairs and get ready for bed and watch a film perhaps before I go to sleep. So as always, guys, it's been wicked having you. You've been quite quiet today, but it is cold. Obviously, for anyone who's watching this, not for the first time, but just in general, if you're on Facebook, don't forget to like the Pizarro's Pieces page. I am on Facebook, and I do a lot of talking crap on there. And Instagram, I do put a lot of crap on Instagram, and I am on Twitter. They're all under the same thing, all under Pizarro's Pieces, of course. Guys, I'm nearly at 2,000 subs as well. Let me have a look. Yeah, just under. Not long now, and I'm at 2,000 subs. It took a long time, but hey, you know, it's still. I still enjoy it. I still putting the videos up. Vic, how you doing? AKA Boris. So yeah, guys, look, I'll catch you lot at the next video. Who knows? I might go to a boot sale next Sunday. We'll wait and see. We'll see what the weather's like. I know next Saturday I'm due to be going out with Vic, who's just joined us at the bottom there. I'm due to be going out and doing a bit of hunting. I might take the camera with me. We'll wait and see. We'll see where it takes us, guys. But guys, listen, as always, thanks for locking in. Lee, how you doing, mate? I'm just about to go. Love your stuff. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Thumb him up now, guys, please. Thumbs me up. Yeah, don't forget to give me a like, guys. Guys, as always, it's been wicked. Thanks to all the regular subscribers, and if you're new and you've just found the channel, happy days. Don't forget to click that bell wherever it is. Where is it? Where would it be? I'm trying to get my bearings here. Yeah, there. I think it is. To subscribe down here. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, and until the next video, I'll see you all on Facebook and Instagram as always. Tom, I'm out of here. Later.